Hello and welcome to the Diet Dr. Pepper series. We are here at Charlotte this time around in the Gen 4 as always, and I'm looking forward to it. Pardon me one second, I'm going to turn my fan on. It's hot in this room. Alright, there we go. Just barely got here in time like usual. So I was rushing through some practice and trying to learn, but I'm not sure I'm quite up to pace as much as I would like to be. But we're going to give it our best. I was able to at least learn a little bit. I've learned that probably want to be taking the low line here for qualifying. Almost definitely low line in 3 and 4. There might be an argument for high line in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, the car just starts spinning up high, it feels like. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and go bottom and work from there. And it's feeling like tire wear is going to be pretty significant as well. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to be approaching this race like I've learned to approach ARCA this week. And that involves a lot of tire saving, being patient, running the bottom, and hoping for the best from there. So it's looking like the track's got a little bit more speed in it perhaps compared to once I showed up for practice. Maybe underdrove that a little bit, but we'll get another run to the line, or at least a decent run to the line here for the next lap. See what happens here. We can push a little harder maybe. Feels like the tire's now up to temp a little bit more. We've got a little bit more speed in this thing, so we might be able to do even better here at lap 2. Alright, that was feeling pretty good actually, so we'll see where that takes us. 29.9 is what we had. Let's see if what happens when I run the high line here. Is that going to be even better, or... it's pretty loose up there still. Good luck to Ben. I was talking to him for a second, just beforehand here. Watch as this thing gets sideways up here, I bet. Yep. Oh my god. I don't know if that visually came through, but just started spinning up in the middle of 3 and 4. Not much grip to speak of up there. But, seems like the bottom worked pretty well for us, getting right down by that blue and white line. Like I said, it's kind of what I learned from ARCA this week. It seems like tire wear is a big deal, so you want to take it easy into these corners, be patient on throttle, center and exit, something kind of like that maybe. And we're going to hope that we have some speed long run. I'm going to do my best trying to get that to happen for me. Very, very slick out here, it's feeling like so far. I didn't really get to look at what the temperature of the track is or anything, but just feeling how the track feels. It feels like maybe a little bit hot, or maybe that's just the Gen 4 doing its thing, slipping, sliding around. So hopefully, yes, we should have enough time to do a practice pit in here, unless Gavin chooses to skip ahead. I would like to do that because I only got to practice that once in the warm-up time, and I entered a little bit too hard, so I want to try out a backed-up pit entry instead. So that's like right here. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, we can work with that. The officials don't like the way you're driving. Yeah. Right now, looking pretty good, though. We might have gotten ourselves the pole, which I'm very surprised about. I'm glad that I chose the bottom. I think that was the way to go. I mean, it definitely helps. We've been here before. We know Charlotte. It's usually one of the first tracks that anybody visits here on iRacing. So I think just about everybody should at least be somewhat familiar with this place by now.
Well done.
Sweet. So we will get the pole, but I would not be surprised if we get past early on. Because I'm going to be trying to really try to save. I want to actually be the one that's moving forward in a long run for once, rather than the one that's fallen back Easier said than done. We'll do a good luck all. And what is the information we've got here for the track? 91 degrees. Okay. So not molten, but still a little on the warmer side. We're still, regardless, going to be trying to take it easy.
It's starting to look awfully familiar.
I wonder what our tires were after that little run we had. Be interesting to see if it gets on the right front or the right rear. My guess would be the right front.
Good luck, everyone.
But with how much power this thing's got, you never know.
Good luck.
Last lap, and I'm also going to move back this brake bias in the car as well, so we're at 57%. The minimum you can run with this car. For those that don't know, you can go beyond the minimum of the brake bias that you can set in the garage by doing the -3 in the car. So the minimum in the garage might be 60%, but you can go an extra 3% in either direction while in the car, and that includes below the minimum. And that can be useful sometimes. I, for one, feel that 60% isn't quite low enough for the brake bias. So that's why I'm going as far as I can with it. But we're going to have 110 laps here coming up here at Charlotte. I think Gavin made this one of the longer races of the season because this is our stand-in for the Coke 600. So that's fun. Even more reason that we're going to want to be saving our stuff. In fact, do we want to save fuel so we can one-stop this thing?
Catch the pace car.
That's a very interesting wrinkle. We may or may not actually be able to make it all the way green, but if we can shave off a pit stop, that would be huge. There's no way, right? Surely that's overestimating how much fuel we have anyway. I have to practice a launch here. Okay, that wasn't so bad. I'm gonna save fuel at the start, but I'm gonna check in on that and see if it's feasible to get to lap 55. Because if we could get to lap 55, I'm gonna do it.
Warren, I'm probably going to lay back a little bit.
But we are about to get started here for another exciting Diet Dr. Pepper Series race. Hopefully it'll be a good one.
Okay, pace car is off. Time to do your job. Green, green, green.
Alright, we're off and rolling. We'll be doing big lifts. Lifting early. So that way we're using not brake, but instead using less throttle as a means of fuel saving. Might be another way to make sure that I'm saving my tires as well, by focusing on saving some fuel on top of everything else. Further incentive to just take my time and see where this goes. If that means Eric's going to pass us, so be it.
The lap time was at 30.47. The guy behind has just done a 30.35.
So far, so good.
38, you're blinking a lot.
Obviously, our plans could change
It hasn't gotten
dramatically if we get yellows. But until we see that, I'm going to be operating under the assumption that we will go green.
Fastest lap for Shane, 30.15.
Interesting, that was our fastest lap of the session. I did not expect that.
Fastest lap, 30.146.
Wonder if everybody else is seeing the fuel situation that I am. Oh no, somebody left already. I remember somebody was talking about somebody blinking. I wonder if maybe their connection was falling apart. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, there's the yellow. So much for the tire saving. Or fuel saving. Still gonna save tire.
And I've been on the brake the whole time so far.
Alright.
Sorry if I scared you there, Mick. Just trying to slow down and get away from that.
So we're still gonna save fuel just to make sure we can go as long as possible.
No, you're good. I was scared too.
Pace car's 10 seconds away.
Oh, my car might be dead.
But at dusk, apparently my system's not good enough. I started dropping frames and it was all jumpy and I couldn't save it. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, Shane involved.
Yeah, that is no fun at all to deal with. That sucks.
Bunch of people.
I mean, I had
The pace
like
car by.
90
Showing up
frames
on the
at
relative.
start of the race. It dropped to 40 just then in the corner.
Oh
I'm
no,
sure
is there a
we'll come
huge
back.
pileup back there? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, bro, all clean. Checking up in two.
Hopefully that was just guys trying to sort it out. And not like the world's biggest crash at Charlotte in history. We're going to be in fuel save mode here under this yellow period, making sure we can go as long as possible, and then make it to the end, if we can. I think it was 51-ish laps on a full tank, so if we can make it to like 59 or 60, that would make me feel a lot better about making this one stop. Interesting. Eric coming in? Is that a fuel choice?
Again,
That would have to be, right?
Research, see what's set, and I need to cut off.
3 sets of tires, I guess,
Two
is
races in a row.
interesting. But I feel like we're going to be able to save
Yeah,
enough
that's no
fuel.
fun to deal with. I dealt with that the last like 2 years. Just frames, tank, middle of the race for no reason.
Yeah, I noticed the frames were kind of weird too. Probably because there's
Oh,
42
6
people in here
minutes.
or
7
more.
minutes of optional.
But like I was saying, I think so long as we can make it to lap 55, I feel like I could save beyond that. 43
race to
people
stall?
even started this race.
I did.
Ah, Shane's out of it. There must have been somewhat of a big wreck.
7 minutes. This sucks.
Riley with 7 minutes. He's very fast too. That really stinks.
I feel like things always happen so fast.
I got taken out early in this in the Texas race earlier in the season.
There's everybody.
That's always a huge bummer.
Yeah, I'm on the brakes and no one behind me was, so I had to speed up. Just judgment. Fairly clip shame.
We should be good to make it to lap 55 now. As long as we can make it to 55, I feel like I can save like 3 laps of fuel if we need to. I'd like to make it as long as possible during this first run, but as long as we can make it to like 55, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, look at these guys, all on pit road. That must have been a big one. That really stinks.
1 lap to green.
Like I said, it'll happen sometimes when you got so many cars out here. We really do have a full field. Started with a full field of 43 cars. That's the number that I associate with Gen 4. Really cool to have so many people out here enjoying some Gen 4 racing. I think I said it last time, but I feel like we get more participation in this series than the official Gen 4 does. We'll get this started again. Should be able to make it to at least lap 56, I think, by the time we go green. And I'm going to continue trying to save as well. Didn't seem like we were too far off the pace by just kind of coasting into the corners. Although I'm sure everybody else was trying to save their tire and everything as well, too. See how this goes. Get into second gear.
Watch out for the wheel spin.
Great reminder from Gavin. I will be doing that. watching out
Get
for the
ready,
wheel spin.
going green. The pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Alright, nice and smooth. Ourselves a decent gap already. Such a benefit to have track position when you've got single file restarts. James has to leave as well. Presumably a lot of damage. We'll see what that wreck looked like later when we check out the incidents, but it sounds like it was a doozy. So Nick Martin not too far behind us. He's looking a bit quicker at the moment as we try to keep this thing steady, keep the throttle pedal.
Just set the fastest lap. 30.027.
I don't know, gentle, keep it not applied as much as possible. Just trying to conserve. Waiting to get full throttle on the exit of the corners because that's a good way to get sideways anyway, get loose, get the tires hot, but also less time full throttle means more fuel conservation.
Just set the fastest lap. 30.018.
You should be able to make it to like lap 56 at this point. Ooh. Wow, that was really interesting. So him being behind my my spoiler back there got me loose. That was night and day. Very, very clear difference. That's very interesting how noticeable that is. That's the way it was though, in real life. That's cool. That's that very important aspect of Gen 4 racing is here in the sim for us to experience. I mean, that's how you pass back then. Especially on the single lane tracks. I think you can probably run high line pretty well here, but you could also just ride behind somebody, get them loose, get the air off their spoiler, then pass them low. That's a really good way to get it done. See if that's what Nick Martin goes for here once he gets closer. I'm not going to pick up my pace trying to fight for this spot. I don't much care for needing to be out front so much at the moment as I care for conserving my fuel and tires. But he does also have incentive to want to try to get up here and lead a lap. That's bonus points. With him, whoa, him and Gavin. That got really loose. I can't even blame him being behind me for that one, because I don't know if he was close enough, but that really got loose. I love it, though. I really love a loose handling race car. Just got to be ready for it. This thing might trend loose, might be on the right rear, which would be really cool. But I guess I better prepare for that.
Car ahead is a lap behind.
Starting to gain a little bit back on Nick, maybe. Wonder if he's starting to feel a little bit of the ill handling that I started to feel there a second ago. Gavin looking to maybe set up a pass on him. I think he's side by side right now. In fact, he does get it done, so that's Gavin behind us now. Might be looking for those bonus points. So we might be seeing him up beside us even here before too long. We'll see. We're actually really good on fuel to make it past lap 55. I think if I were to try to be running normal, faster laps, I would be using the brake more. But I'm going to save as much as possible early on here and then switch to that approach later. Starting to get a little bit light in the quad oval, maybe.
30.75.
Just a tiny bit. I could definitely see that being a concern later in the race. More and more as these tires lose grip. That's just more excuse to save some more more fuel if I'm going to be lifting a little bit in the quad oval. Gavin within 0.3 now. He's on his way. Big lift into 3. You can see he gains a lot when we do that.
Careful.
Uh-oh, we got something going on. We have a sorry in chat. Guess everybody's okay, though. Gavin is on our doorstep. He's
Outside.
going to our outside.
Clear outside.
Alright, not gonna fight it. Wasn't able to get quite the mid-corner speed, but he's trying. He wants that lap lead. You can tell. Give him the lane. He's gonna have a run here.
Car outside. Still there.
Does not get it there, so he's gonna have to push at least one more lap.
Was
Go
at
low.
31.00. Lap times are pretty consistent.
Stay low. There is a car on the high side.
Woo! That got loose on exit.
Clear up top.
Try to avoid doing that too much. Wow, it's getting so much rotation in the center of the corner. That's so much fun. There's that lap lead.
The next car.
Let's see if he continues out there, or if he'll back off. I bet he'll continue out there, at least for a little bit, but I bet he backs down at least somewhat if he was pushing a little bit just to get out there and get those points. Not sure if he is, though. It looks like he's still going pretty fast. It could be I'm overdoing it with my saving. Let's see, where he should be able to make it to 35. Yeah, we're going to make it quite a ways now, so we might not need to save quite as much anymore. This has done a great job for saving fuel. We'll check again at the line here, but we are going to be completing 25 laps, having 34 laps of fuel left, which means about lap 59. That's within comfortable territory, I think, if we can make it that far. So maybe we do pick up the pace a little bit, but not quite yet. I want to do all my fuel saving now, if I can, so I don't have to think about it at all later after the first pit stop. One thing we have not seen are any of those guys that pit earlier making their way back forward through the field. I don't think any of the guys that pit would have taken tires. I think that was probably a fuel mileage play. Could be wrong, but it seemed really early. But guys like Eric that were up here early
Last lap was at 31.16.
haven't moved back forward, but they are feeling much better with their fuel, I'm sure. I'm feeling okay with my fuel, but they also didn't have to save like I've had to. Got Billy on our doorstep now. He's only 0.2 back. We're starting to reel Gavin back in a little bit, maybe. I'm gonna start driving into turn 3 a little bit harder again. That's where I'm losing most of my time with my fuel saving strategy at the moment, I think. Not sure it's gonna matter though, because Billy's looking pretty fast.
The lap time was at 31.21.
Where'd Billy go? What the heck? I looked away for a second and then he was gone. What? What happened? I don't know if he got loose or what. I was waiting. He was just about to pass me. That's what was about to happen. Huh. He's still back there, like, a little bit, but
running
That lap time was
he must have had a moment or something. That's interesting. Definitely being easy on that, on the rear tires by this point. It's becoming a big deal. I'm now feeling like the tires are probably going to trend to the right rear rather than the right front. At least the way I've been driving it, because it's feeling very, very rotatey,
Gavin,
which is a word I just invented.
is now leading. You've just done a 31.41.
I think it conveys the point well enough. We're gonna run until we are out of fuel this first run, and then we're gonna go
That's half fuel. You've
and
used
feel
half your
comfortable
fuel.
that run to the end. Should be able to make it to about lap 59 now. It's right about where I think I want to be if I want to just run how I want to run to the very end. So I'm happy with where we are right now. Gavin's maybe even going to be trying to go for the most laps led, because he's been grabbing a bunch of these laps. I believe that's more bonus points. I could have the bonus points wrong. I haven't looked at them quite as much this season since I didn't think I was going to be thinking about that when the season started, but probably should get more familiar at this point. We got somebody on the apron though. Oh man, that's Dan. No caution, but something clearly happened. That stinks. He's doing the pit entry from Atlanta, modern Atlanta, where you enter on the entrance of turn 3. Feels cursed saying that. Just the concept of them turning Charlotte into Charlotte Super Speedway, that makes me scared. I don't even want to think about that anymore. Gavin's doing a great job. He has not fallen back at all. He went a little bit faster to get up to us, but he has not really fallen off either. He's somebody that can long run with the best of them. So that's not too surprising, especially when it's a setup kind of like this, where it takes some real finesse, being real careful with the throttle and stuff. He's really good at that, so it does not surprise me he's been able to get out there. Wonder how far he's going to be able to make it with the fuel. I feel like everybody is probably going to be able to make it a decent distance, just by virtue of the fact that these tires have worn in a way. You have to be very careful with the throttle pedal, so I feel like you almost have to save some fuel. Just to drive this thing and not get sideways, so you could definitely see some guys making it a long way, no matter what. But we're through 36 now. We've got Bryce behind us on fresher tires.
That lap was at 31.54.
Caution, yellow flag. They
Caution.
want you in
That
single
stinks.
file. Pit road is closed. Catch
There goes that.
77 car.
Now we got to take fuel and tires.
77
We do have
car.
It's loose, it's loose.
We do have 3 sets.
Catch the field, catch the field.
Smoke ahead. Let me make sure we're not arriving to
Starting
a
to get good,
pile up
Nick.
or something.
Yeah, it's reminding me of last
Dang, I
time.
was feeling pretty good about our
I
plan
love it
there.
when cars go loose instead of
We
go
have to
fast.
reevaluate now. New circumstances. Not going to be able to make it to the end when we pit from here, but we're definitely pitting from here for tires.
Pace car exiting 2.
Alright, here, let's see. 4 tires. A lot of race left to go. Fill it full of fuel. And then I guess we'll find the midway point in this final run. Is that how we want to do it? Midway point? Sometimes it's better to go longer, especially in this series where I don't think there's wave arounds. You've got the lucky dog, but not the wave arounds. So it might be
dark out here.
important to go longer.
You don't need headlights because the track's always lit.
Lightning McQueen lied to us.
Ciao.
The leader, Gavin, is pitting.
Alright, we were on pole, so we will be the first pit stall.
Pit box in 10.
Be interesting to see if anyone takes 2 tires. That's worked really well for
3,
guys like Nick Neben.
1. Right here.
76-64. Wow, look at that. Let me report what I got.
78, 68.
We're definitely on the right rear.
Okay, go. They want you in single file. Catch the pace car.
We beat Gavin out by virtue of our pit stall. That's all the only reason I was able to do that. $85.74. Holy cow. Nice. That's some great tire saving.
Our fuel window opens on
That
lap
could have,
59.
well,
It will close
72
on lap
and,
Oh my god, 3070. He's got damage. There's no way he did that on this setup without damage.
Past the 77 car.
Kevin, yours is worse than mine. That's bad.
Alright.
Yeah, it's the right front is not happy. It's cambered in.
We are going to
bad.
have 70 laps to go,
The
so
outside
we are going to
brake
try
force.
to pit. Let me do some math here. Bear with me for a second. 70, 35, 75. I think we aim for like lap 85. We're going to go a little bit
Way
longer.
to go. Next time by. You're on the outside this time.
A little bit longer in the first half of this run to try to protect against potential yellows. But you also want some time at the end to make up any time you lost from people pitting earlier, so I think 85 is a good number. We'll aim for that and adjust if necessary.
I don't think anybody did this time.
But the way the track is, I don't think anyone's getting away with 2 this week.
I'm sure Nick will still try and test that if the situation arises.
If I didn't have track position
They'll probably win off it too.
and it were late in the race or something, I'd go for 2. It's worked so well for some guys. But now is not the time for it, I don't think.
short-term
Too much
benefit
race
from
left to
one way or
go.
another.
And obviously we had track position. We've got the track position right now. Thanks to a nice job by the pit crew. The grape team is the best in the business. But we're going to have 70 to go. 1 pit stop still necessary.
The pace car is off. Be ready. Green flag, green flag. You're back in the lead. So now that we know it's on the right... Ooh, whoa.
Lights are on.
There's the light.
Now that we know
Okay, Colton, the next car is
it's
one
on
lap
the
behind.
right rear, I'm going to approach a little bit differently. We're going to enter a little bit harder. We don't need to save fuel anymore.
You've just done a 31.63.
But we're still going to be patient mid to exit. Try to protect that right rear if we can. We'll see how that goes. I want to try to make these tires a little bit more even. Hopefully that'll pay off for us and doesn't just make us even worse. I don't know. Trying to be easy on the exits, especially with how loose it got. Looking like Gavin's catching us right now, but that's okay. Gonna stick to my plan here. I think I need to wrap the bottom in 1 and 2 a little bit more like I did there. That was worth some time. Right. Lap 85-ish.
Well done,
That's what we're aiming for. I'd been using some brake entering 3 to get it slowed down, but I'm not doing that here. When I say I was planning to while running normal laps that aren't fuel saving or whatever. But I'm not going to do that because I want to put a little bit of pressure on the right front.
13.28.
So we're gonna drive in a little bit harder. Try to get the tires a little bit more even. Because you saw the disparity there after the first run, 76-64. That's over 10% worse on the rear tire. This is the exact kind of setup I love to drive, where you're allowed to kill the right front. In fact, it's encouraged. It works right into my strength/weakness. See if it pays off, or if I'm full of baloney and this is going to just be terrible. But in theory, it sounds like a good theory. Gavin's doing a great job keeping up. He's definitely looking pretty good here at Charlotte. Be interesting to see how he's how well he's able to get it done long run. Starting to bind up a little bit more. I think I welcome that right now.
Okay, Colton, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
Alright, you can see the lap times slowing down. The fall off is very, very noticeable. Because even though we were 2/10 slower that last lap, I think we gained a little bit on Gavin. So it's everybody. Everybody's going to experience fall off. It's about mitigating it. I'm hoping my approach here to try to get more even tires is going to pay off. It could be I got a bad impression of what the tires were going to do after that first run, considering how easy it was going. But what makes me feel a little bit better about that not being the case is the fact that pretty much everybody else, except for Kevin and his unfortunately broke car, was also feeling the right rear pressure. Coming up on Riley, he was involved in the early wreck, so he's definitely got damage. He's looking to salvage some points here in this one. Looking like one of those classic Gen 4 cars they wrap in duct tape and send back out there. Say, go get him. I bet he probably can make up some spots, though, because there were some other wrecks. If he hasn't made up those spots already.
I say, Brian.
Having a half-second back right now.
Not that I want it to happen, but I need spins, not saves.
I bet Kevin is just doing his best as well. I bet he's in the same boat. Got a very broken car on that right front, really bad because of whatever's happened with it. Just looking to salvage some points because I know he's one of the top contenders for the championship so far this season. I'm going to try to compete as well, but I can't miss any more races. You get 2 drop weeks and I've missed 2 races, so I'm going to have to not miss any additional races. But I'm going to try. It's a whole lot of fun doing some points racing. Oh no, Riley. A little bit loose there, maybe got the wall. That thing's got to be an absolute bucking bronco to drive. I know when you got damage in any car, it can be a handful, but this car is especially, I've noticed, like, if you've got damage on the rear end or something, it'll just spin on you. I've experienced it before. It happened this season in Diet Dr. Pepper series at Texas when I tried to go back out there and catch a caution to help get more fixed. That thing was undrivable almost.
Fueling up now should get us to the finish.
Alright, good to know, good to know. Still not coming in for another 30 laps or so, though. You've still got some laps to log. But if we get a yellow now, anytime after this, then we're taking our next set of tires and the fuel to the end. Hopefully we don't end up with that. I would like to do some green flag pit stops. That's some good fun.
Okay, we're halfway to the finish.
Kevin's been hanging right there behind us pretty much this whole run. He's at 0.6 now, but he's been holding right around that general area pretty much the whole time. Keeping me honest. Now with the sun going down, we could get some more grip out here as well. I'm not sure how that would affect the tire wear. I'm actually not knowledgeable enough to know what more grip in the track would do in terms of affecting how the tires wear. Would that get us even more on the right rear tire? Would that get us more on the right front because it's got more grip? And I don't know. I really don't know. So that's an interesting question. Maybe it doesn't affect it at all. Maybe it's more the setup that determines that sort of thing. There's a gap in my knowledge of how these things work. So I guess my only option there is just to continue on course. Keep doing what I'm doing. And if we've got some extra grip out here helping us go a little bit faster, then hey, sounds good to me. I wonder if it would mean that you can just get away with driving harder, even if the rear tire loses grip, because, well, you get grip back if the track is gonna be cooler. Maybe that's what that would mean.
Oh, watch out, watch out.
Sorry, guys.
Frames are doing some things.
Good save.
Lots and lots of cars out here.
Good save, man.
It's like they almost had a wreck.
Negative.
Hey, got a second on Gavin now.
Gotta love when your wheel disconnects.
Oh god, that's not good. How did that not end up a yellow if the wheel disconnected on him?
Oh, that's what happened to you?
Oh no. There's a lot happening out here apparently that we're not seeing.
You've just done a
Not the barrels.
0.05.
Those are not quite as forgiving as they are in real life, and you still don't want to hit them in real life either. They fill them with cement here on iRacing instead of water or sand.
Sorry, Benjamin.
Don't
We're
worry.
through 62 laps, still about 20 or so laps away from where we want to pit. Maybe we'll even go a little bit longer if everybody, or if a lot of guys behind us are still out, because it would be an absolute death sentence to get trapped a lap down, especially if we're not the lucky dog. That would be tragic for our race. So depending on what other guys are doing, it might even be worthwhile to
The window is now.
go even longer. Well, we'll see.
The lap time was at 31.16.
I think the exact halfway point from when we went green to the end was lap 75.
The car stopped on track. Why is it saying yellow?
Can't remember. I think I added 10 to it though. I added some laps. I don't remember how many I added, but we might see people start pitting right around there if they wanted to divide it equally in half. It does feel like the track's cooling down. It feels like you can get on throttle a little bit better at this point. Changing conditions, that's a lot of fun. Always makes for very interesting racing. I think the track would get less slick whenever you've got more rubber on the track as well, which is going to be well underway at this point in the race. All these cars out here, 66 laps in. I'm sure the track is very well rubbered up, particularly along that bottom line. So the tires might not be losing quite as much anymore. And you can get away with tire wear that does happen because of cooler conditions. We got somebody way off the pace up ahead.
I'll stay low. Colton.
Okay, Colton, the next car is one lap behind.
Thanks, appreciate the heads up. Really appreciate him for letting me know where he's gonna be. Best thing you can do as a lap car, be predictable. Can't be much more predictable than saying I will be here. That's about as
50 laps behind.
predictable as you can get. So appreciate him. Maybe we just
I'll go low
react
again, Gavin, for you, buddy.
react to the guys behind us no matter what.
Braking on the back stretch.
Uh-oh.
You've just done a 31.20.
But that's where I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be on the back stretch.
Yeah, that wasn't as smooth as I'd hoped it to be, but
There's Caden down there. Something happened here. There's pieces on the track. The guy's off the pace. Something happened, but it didn't bring out a yellow.
Slow car down low.
Gotta keep our eyes open. There's a couple guys slow on the track there, but it looks like that was everybody. I am so curious to see what's been happening out here that involved barrels and wrecking on the back stretch and pieces flying off of cars. There's a lot of stuff we're not seeing. I think Gavin might have had some trouble getting around Rick, potentially, because He's back 2 seconds now, and I remember he was... Oh, that was really loose. I remember he was apologizing on the voice chat, so there might have been a little bit of lost time there. Maybe caught him in a bad spot. These things are so hard to drive, too. It could be, I imagine, hard to stay on a certain line. It's actually getting looser again. Track's not cooling down enough to keep up with the how loose this thing wants to get. It got a little bit tight though. Maybe that's a good sign if, depending on how I drive it, it's sometimes tight, sometimes loose. Maybe that means we're pretty close to even, or at least closer than we would be otherwise. We are through 72 now. I don't think I've heard anybody say pitting in or anything like that. It seems like most guys are still out here running. How much fuel do we have? We got about 23 laps. We can make it about lap 96. Obviously no one's going to be able to make it all the way to the end. Unless they're Michael McDowell at Daytona or something. I don't know how he did that. But, I don't think there's any way anybody could do that.
Your lap time was 31.31. Okay,
Got lap traffic ahead. Lap traffic ahead. Those are guys all racing for position and everything. This could be a little bit dodgy. And Rick says, I don't think he's ahead of us at the moment, so we're good. I think we do have some people starting to pit now. Okay.
1.7 seconds.
Oh my goodness. What's that? Is he coming off pit road? That's going to be a penalty for him if he was coming off pit road. That stinks. Thank you, Jake. Get out of the way. You didn't have to do all that. If he's fighting for position. Not sure if he is though. It's hard to tell. It says 34th. Maybe he was pitting?
There's a car exit in the pit.
I have no idea.
The car in front of us is now 50 laps behind.
Careful here. There's Kevin, this damaged race car. Over the bottom here. That really stinks. He's had a rough one. Yeah, his front end looked like it might have been damaged. I only got a glance, but thought I saw some damage there.
Outside. Still there, hold your line. Clear high.
Alright. So far so good with the lap traffic.
Okay,
Been able to catch them at
one lap behind.
good spots that aren't holding us up at all. Appreciate everybody for keeping their line. Another issue with the lap traffic though, can't see if Gavin pits anymore because we got people between us on the relative. Might have to peek in to the standings tab once in a while, make sure that those guys haven't all pit. But I'm pretty sure the spotter will tell me. They'll say like the car behind is pitting or something like that. But I can't always trust that. Can't just assume it's going to happen.
You've just done a 31.42.
What a fun race though. Love this long run we're getting right now. That's what the Coke 600 is all about. What do they call it now? Is it still the Coke 600? That might sound like an old person or something, but I think it's still the Coke 600. No? Maybe it's not. What do they call it now? Something 600. The 600 part is the part that matters. All about the long runs. Being consistent. keeping your stuff clean. It's just as much a test of the equipment as it is the driver. Thankfully, we don't have random failures here at iRacing, but that's something you always hear them say in real life. I guess it's a test of my steering wheel and pedals in real life. It did come into play for, was it Tyler? He had his wheel disconnect, so I guess it kind of is a test of the equipment. Shane had an issue earlier too, I remember, with the frames. So maybe it is. That's kind of an interesting thought. So Gavin, I see him now. He's 3.5 back right now.
Is the car rejoining?
So that's fluctuating a little bit depending where we are on track. Just doing what I can to hit my marks here, not doing anything too crazy. Don't get too excited with the throttle pedal or anything. Trying to hit close to or at the 0.00 mark each lap if you can. Got some more guys pitting in. We're close to what I originally was going to do, lap 85. Whoa! But that's why we're probably going to go out a little bit longer, because you never know when a yellow could come out. Somebody on these old tires losing it, or even with the fresh tires, guys approaching guys at quick rates of speed could cause an issue. I think I'm just going to have to wait and see what Gavin does. He's our closest competitor at the moment. If we can just kind of closely match what he does, then I think we can beat him in that head-to-head matchup. Alright, reaching some lap traffic here. That's Bradley. He's in 16th. He's having a good run.
31.49.
We've made our way through the field a little bit.
Times are pretty consistent.
Car outside.
Oh, no.
That's my bad, I'm sorry. Outside, clear.
That was scary. That might not bring out a yellow, though.
You were gonna go up high.
26 got into the back of him there, it looked like. He's down below the apron. No, so no yellow. But that's exactly why I'm staying out a little bit longer.
I'll stay high, Warren.
That happened exactly what I was talking about, because Chase in front of us there is on fresh tires. That's probably why he caught the guy ahead. I didn't see who it was, but caught him so quick. Alan kind of running in the middle here. Where is he gonna be? I couldn't tell where he's gonna be. We're good. We got past him.
The car behind you is pitting.
Okay, car behind's pitting. That's Gavin,
Car
right?
in front is 2 laps
Hello?
behind.
Crew chief? Help? That's Gavin, right? Yes, okay, we're pitting. Pitting in this lap. Gotta hit our marks. That is essential. Okay, a little bit easy on entry, but cannot speed. That would be throwing this thing away. We're taking 4. Taking only as much
Box in.
fuel as we need. It'll be interesting to see what the tires say.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stay low for
57.45.
you. Oh, never mind.
We're still on that rear tire.
I appreciate it, man.
But we did get on that right front pretty good too. That might have helped the balance.
We're done.
Like
Get
I was hoping
going.
for.
Be mindful, you only
Don't know what
have
other
one
guys
side
had, but
remaining.
maybe we can compare later. Gotta be careful here as well. This could get dicey.
running 31.80.
There's Gavin. He's gained on us quite a bit. Those tires matter. Unless I had a slow stop, but we are able to get out in front of him, despite the 1 lap undercut. As our biggest competition, we just had to match him.
The car in front of us is now.
Now we're ahead of him. We lost our gap, quite a bit of our gap, but we're able to get out in front of him, have 1 lap fresher tires.
The driver in
And I
front
think
of
we
us
might
is
have to
number 57.
try to just... Jake, low
Eric,
here.
I'm going to stay low for you.
Borneo ahead.
Gonna have to just try to stay out in front of him in case a yellow comes out or something. So that could make us need to push a little bit harder.
You're in the top
But with
10.
more grip in the track at this point and tire wear probably not as significant as it was at the start of the race, now that the track has been rubbered up a little bit,
All right, Colton, the next car is
I think that'll help mitigate
The gap is
tire wear,
1.5 seconds.
even if we do have to push a little bit more.
Slow car download.
That should be someone just pitting. Other than a wreck, okay.
You've got the fastest lap.
That is the fastest lap apparently. I guess maybe I should have been trying for that. Because that is bonus points as well. I didn't even think about that. But right now I guess we've got it without really even trying.
Still there. Outside is clear.
A little bit shallow here, that's okay. A little bit of brake.
Go ahead, Nick.
Still think it's going to end up on the right rear, so I'm going to not worry too much about carrying too much speed on entry. I'd be more worried about throttling up on exit.
the car in front of us is
The leader's pitting now.
the leader, Lee, is pitting.
The hair scheme is always a good one.
Car outside.
Forget who was it that...
The yellow flag
Oh,
is out.
there's a
They
yellow.
want you in single file. Pit road is closed.
Oh, there it is,
now.
right there,
Catch
too.
up, 57 car.
Yikes. Okay. So we are going to come take the last set of tires, I guess. We're going to take right sides.
Catch up, 57 car.
We're barely running any laps. Do we take any tires? Ooh, that's a good question. We did just come out. I'm worried too many people would stay out, and then we won't have the track position. I think that's a tough one, man. I think we have to stay out because we'll lose all our track position. Even if everybody else pits, because we're in 6th. Oh man, I don't know. I think we take right sides. Sixth place. That was... We definitely did not need that. Hmm. How many laps are we gonna have to go? Still got enough laps to go. I think tires are gonna potentially matter. So we're gonna take the 2. We're not gonna put fuel in it. We already got enough rotation as is. We're doing the Nick Neben special. We're taking 2.
The lead car's pitting.
Can't tell if some guys are staying out or not because
What's your speed limit in the
there's
pits?
so many lap cars mixed in
Plenty of
there.
fuel.
I imagine everybody ahead definitely needed to take tires though, because they were either they pit much earlier or
10. 5,
I feel so
I hadn't
I
bit
feel
yet at
so
all.
dumb
2, 1.
I already wrecked myself
Right here.
once today, and if I didn't come down a second time to put tires back on it,
98,
it would've
98,
burned
or
up
98 on the
road.
left sides
I would've
too,
been
but
the first car lap down, but I'm the first
don't
car
fail me
lap
right
down.
sides.
Okay, go. You're out of right sets of tyres.
My left.
Alright, here we go.
Catch up, 24 car.
Time to see what all the fuss is about with these 2 tire calls working out. It's gonna have to work out for us.
I think
Alex stays out. He's got 12 lap older tires. Very, very interesting. I don't think it's a terrible
No
play.
wave around here, right, Kevin?
I think we're going to be faster, but that could have been the right call
I mean,
for
it's
him.
supposed to, but I don't think it works correctly. They're supposed to get waved around.
Yeah, I probably should be waiting around, but see what it be.
Ooh, Gavin stayed out.
You don't get the wave around.
How about that?
You have to wait for the next lap.
Gavin stays out.
If we did take the wave,
Eric's in front of us, though. He's got, presumably, 2 tires. Alex
Just follow
on
what the thing's
no
telling you.
tires
Don't
as
do a
well.
wave if it's not asking you to.
Eric's going to be tough to beat here.
Yeah.
On equal footing now. That's going to
One
be
lap to
rough.
green. You're on the outside.
Alright, what's
net
this restart going to look like with all this lap traffic? They move into the inside.
Alright, guys, I messed up there on the.
Yeah, they're lap cars on the inside, alright.
There's nowhere around, but we are in front of the leader.
There are a lot of cars in
And if
front
I
of us.
remember correctly, that's how it was in the 90s with the one line. If you did not fit in the leaders pitted, you stayed in front. You didn't get the waiver on the pace car.
This is tricky.
How come?
I have to be
how
very
come
careful
some
getting
cars
by
are
the,
inside?
guys that are on older tires and stuff.
I think if you're multiple down, you're on the inside, because I'm the first 2 down, and I'm.
It
leading
requires
the
some
inside line.
patience, maybe some precision. Look at Nick behind us. I bet he's on 2 tires. I think it's go time now, though. We're going to have to get some track position because you never know
Yeah,
when
well,
the
no,
next
no,
caution
probably
could
just
be
pull down.
coming out. Oh
Get ready,
boy, this
going
is going to
green.
be an interesting restart.
Yeah,
Cars
I'll
are
stay out of the
everywhere.
way. We'll go here.
The pace car is off. Be ready. Green
Oh, I saw him
green
going.
flag. Car 77 has taken the lead. The leader is running 33.158. You're in 4th position. Car inside. Still there.
All right.
Clear. Outside.
Sorry about that.
Still there.
Inside
hold
of
your
Eric
line.
here. He might have to run out, though.
Keep low.
Oh, this is bad.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Outside, 2 wide. Outside, 2 wide. Outside is clear.
All right, use the lap car a little bit there.
Wrecking on the back.
Back in the back.
Freaking on the back stretch. That's not good.
Colton, the next car is.
That was Eric.
car number 73.
Dang, I hope that wasn't too aggressive of me.
Car outside,
And I caused that somehow.
still there, hold your line.
I might have to go back and look at that. Make sure that we didn't do
Clear
something
high.
wrong.
You just hit the fastest lap. You're back in 2nd.
The next car is a lap behind.
Got ground to make up here. Somewhere up there is Gavin.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 1 second. Car inside,
I'll say hi, dude.
still there.
Oh boy.
Stay high to the car on the low side. Doing good, keep it up.
That lap was a 29.
Stay high, clear inside. Inside. You're in the middle, 3 wide. Clear inside, 2 wide.
This is rough.
There, hold your line.
Sorry, so sorry. I did not mean to come up on the other.
Outside, clear.
All good.
Car outside.
10 laps to go. We
Still there, hold your line. Keep low. Great job. 10 to go.
It's concentration necessary.
Clear.
The car ahead is 1 lap behind.
That is Gavin, second position-wise on the track. Not position, but you know, in relation to other cars.
Car outside. Keep low. Outside, clear.
We got 9 laps to go. Gotta go catch him.
The leader just did a 30.34 outside. Outside is clear.
Got a couple of Dr. Pepper cars ahead.
Okay, Colton, the next car is a lap behind.
Car outside. The next car's the leader. Still there, hold your line.
Alright, there he
Clear
is.
high.
Let's try to set up a pass. It feels like low is the way to go. Wait for him to slide up on exit potentially and work our way through.
Car outside. Stay low. There is a car on the high side. Still there. Keep low.
Got a little bit too much of the apron there.
Outside clear.
Try it again. We got too much of the apron.
That was at 30.24.
Outside.
That's half fuel. You've used half your fuel.
Stay low. There is a car on the high side.
Alright, same position as last lap. This is good stuff. He's hanging out really well, those older tires.
Still there.
I'll say hi, Sean.
Now just be patient. Don't get on the apron. Let the tires do the work.
Outside is clear.
We are clear. Alright. 6 laps to go.
Leader. Nice and smooth.
Nick's still there though, don't forget about him. He's been moving up forward just like us. He is close as can be. Dang, he's fast too. I wonder if he's on... No, he can't be on 4, right?
You got 5 laps to go.
That was
But
at
even looking good.
30.19.
He's running higher. I wonder if the track, the high line has come in. I think he has in 1 and 2, that's for sure. He's got a huge run on us. Might have thought about it. I think do we run high line here? No, I feel like I'm more comfortable down low. I don't want to do anything too crazy. It's working for him, but is it gonna feel tight on him later? That's not a good corner. Got a huge run on us. Okay, we gotta run the high line now. No choice anymore.
The next car's the leader.
That was at
Still inside.
30.39.
The leader just did a 30.238. Clear inside.
Gotta cut down on him.
Car outside.
Yay.
Still there.
I'll say hi in 3-4K.
Go low. Clear outside.
No. That high line is better at this point, I think.
You've got
Shoot,
2
man.
laps to go.
2 laps left. Come on. You're looking good for a podium. That was at 30.64.
Car outside. Clear outside. White flag. 1 more lap to go. Car inside.
What a race.
Keep
What a
on.
race this is so far.
Clear.
Come on, Colton. That lap time was 30.64.
Gotta do a cut down on him. What are we gonna do here?
Keep low.
By the way, Billy's here.
Push, push, push. We're in with a chance of winning this.
Still there. Clear outside if you want to.
Oh my gosh. That was awesome. What a race. That was incredible.
Well, that's a win. That'll do, mate.
You just toyed with
That's one of my all-time favorite races ever, I think. That was incredible.
That was crazy to watch.
Whoa. That's got to be one of my all-time favorite races ever. That finish was amazing.
That's the end of the session.
Good run there, Ron. You were rolling.
That was so much fun.
Really hope I didn't get in your guys' way. I tried to go high and let you guys all pass.
I was praying for a short run at the end.
Woo-wee, that was awesome. I am just smiling ear to ear right now. That was great.
Every time you get behind me, you get so
Getting
loose.
the race over. Bring it on in.
I am celebrating that one because that was so much fun.
Lap to get you loose enough where I could have.
I thought Billy was going
the
to
paint and
show up and
got past
sneak
the
it from us at the end there. He came out of nowhere. Nick and I were busy battling, and then all of a sudden I look in my mirror and Billy's
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
staring us down, looking through that rear view mirror, and all I saw was all I saw was Billy.
Hold you back, but
Oh, we gotta go back and look at that.
man, that was fun.
That was a long race. Dodge. If you told me at lap 35 that I'd get a top 5, I would tell you you're crazy.
I mean, I'm biased because I guess I got the victory, so I'm probably pretty darn biased. Oh, I love it. We had a little bit of everything in this one, I feel like. We had long runs, we had exciting finish at the end there, trading spots with Nick, and then Billy showing up. Oh, that was so much fun. We have to go back and look at that, I think. At least the last handful of laps. That is as good as it gets, I
I'll
think.
take 7th after my race yesterday.
Let's see here. So we were moving through the field. This is where we got a little bit caught up because these guys are racing side by side. Nothing they did wrong, obviously.
Hey, Gavin,
They're racing hard for position. They got guys around them that they could lose position to. It's a long season. Every spot matters. And so I don't blame them at all. It's just they were side by side, so we had to be patient and find our spot. And that helped Nick get right up behind us. And he was fast. He was right there with us. I was worried for a minute we weren't even going to catch Gavin because he had all that track position with the lap cars mixed up in there. And so it took us a little bit to even get to him. And then he had a lot of fight for having those old tires. He had a bunch of fight left in that car. And he held on. That it was pretty clear that outside lane came in pretty well by the end of the race. I mean, you know, the Oval Refresh 2.0 meme. But I guess it makes sense because everybody's been running bottom line for 105 laps. It would make sense that all of a sudden cooler track, middle or higher in the grooves. We can find some more grip by the time we reach this point in the race. So I hope I look back at this and make sure that I held my line and everything through the whole thing because I know we were racing hard. So at this point, Gavin and I are side by side. Nick is watching that and seeing the dollar signs because he knows that's just going to be helping him out as we use up some more time. Oh, well, actually, Gavin got loose out of the quad oval there, maybe because Nick got up behind him. So that helps Nick get to his outside right away, and he has no trouble getting around. So we are coming to 5 to go here. You can see that Highline's really working. He's going up high. I could not quite get it to work as well as he could, I feel like. I was able to run it a couple times near the end, but maybe I just wasn't committing to it. He's actually more like middle in 3 and 4. That middle looking excellent. I mean, you can see he gets great run on us doing that. And I was afraid to even try it because I felt like I had not experimented with that yet. And I felt like I was going to try to go up there and then my car was going to get tight and we were going to lose way too much time. So I was very reluctant to try it, but eventually I had no choice because he got to us. And eventually he was to our inside. And that's coming up right here. You can see he gets a great run through there. And at this point, I have no choice. I have to run that high line. And I have to make it work or else he's going to have that victory. He gets us clear, no less. And so I'm just like, all right, well, I'm going to have to do like this cut down line. And we're going to have to make him work for this. I can't just let him stay clear and run whatever line he wants. We have to challenge him. We're coming to the end of the race. It's coming to 2 laps to go here. Hope it's alright, I'm basically just re-commentating this because that was just such a fun finish. I want to go back and see it. So we were behind him again. We had to reevaluate my life and think, alright, well, I have no choice but to use this higher lane. And then we have to put a little bit extra steering wheel into it there on the exit with the lap car coming up. And I did not want to lift. I don't want to lose momentum. We're coming to the white flag next time around, so I cannot lose too much momentum. So I just put a bunch of steering wheel in it and go for it. So we get loose, but don't lose too much momentum. There's Billy showing up. He easily could have just shown up and stolen it. And I knew that if I'm going to make a pass, it's going to have to be on the outside, so I get my nose out there. Nick gave the lane, which, and then he goes low, so that allows us to do that cut down line, get a huge run. And then here, I really didn't have a choice but to run the bottom. I just knew I had to make sure I hit my mark, slow it down enough, get around that bottom, and it worked for us. And there was no guarantee that that was going to work either. Because, I mean, you saw how strong that high line came in. You know what? I bet it helped that Billy was back there too. He got Nick loose. That might have been the difference right there. If Billy's not there, there's a decent chance that Nick is able to put more throttle into that and get the run out. And you saw how strong that middle to high lane was late. He might have been able to get the run on us, but I think Billy being right behind the spoiler there, I mean, you see it happen. He gets loose. That might have been the difference. That's crazy. How about that? What an awesome run to the finish, though. I hope Nick feels the same way. Even though I'm sure he is feel disappointed that without being able to get the win there. Let me see here. Which one was Tyler? He didn't. I know he didn't mess this up. Not at all. He gave all the room. He went all the way to the grass. That was really cool of him. That was he didn't have to go all the way to do that. I mean, obviously safety rating or the incident points don't count or anything, but really cool of him to make sure that he didn't affect the race. You can kind of do that here at Charlotte too because it's the turf instead of actual grass, so you can actually drive on that a little bit better. Really, really cool of him to let us play that out to the end because it was an excellent race. So okay, let's get back on track in terms of checking out the incidents. We'll see what some of those interesting things around the track were that we heard about. Barrels being hit and such. But man, that was one of my favorite races ever. I know maybe I'm biased because I won, but that really was a really exciting finish, and I hope everyone watching agrees too. That was a lot of fun. So this is Shane. He's got the he's got the frame issue. Oh no, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious, we have everybody flying through. So this is that's what happened from there. I've had that situation happen before too, where the frames just drop to nothing, and then the car's savable because you don't have the. It's just not possible. You don't have the visual feedback to know what's happening with your car. And then this has got to be quite the sight. We've got a billion cars in the grass trying to avoid what's happening up ahead. Guys slowing down, and Shane probably doesn't even know what's happening with the frames. Got a little bit of contact. Not too many. Yeah. Heard. I heard about that. I heard about that. He knows what I mean. Yeah, always just so deflating when the equipment fails on you because there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, that's what happened to Shane here too. That's not outside of his control if the frames are going to go away on him. I mean, a couple guys get turned around trying to avoid, but mostly it was guys going through the grass. And Alex in the wall, left 22. Oh, that was definitely some of the air off the spoiler there. That's Ryan in the 17. Getting sideways from Chase being behind him. Oh man, still trying to hold on to it. The tires are hot now. Just making that problem worse. Everybody keeps it going though. I just realized Jacob took my number. Just kidding, it's not my number. I was running the 39. Who the heck is the 39? But he gets loose there. I'm just kidding, I don't own the number. But I'm like, wait, 36? I thought I was the 36. Got confused. But he gets loose there. I don't know if the arrow had anything to do with that, but he was pretty close to the car on the outside there. Sideways, but it doesn't look like any contact. You know, something happened to Kevin eventually. Don't think it was yet, though. Actually, you know what? I bet he had been... Yep. He did already have the damage. It must have been from that first wreck. Guys running into one another. Because I'm like, there's no way he's 34th. Unless something's wrong. Oh, Dan on his own there. The car was so loose on that long run. I was really glad that I had been being careful with the tires from the start. Because if I had been going hard on that rear tire the whole time, that was going to be almost impossible to control. It got so loose, especially at this point in the race where the sun's still out, track temp's still a bit higher. Just an honest mistake there, and looks like we got another one. My car was getting sideways while practicing and during the qualifying running high in 3 and 4, so I can't imagine how tough that is to control. Right there. And that will bring out the yellow. He was high enough up on the track. Another spin. Could happen to anybody. Moving along here. Here's Tyler's wheel disconnect, I assume. Right in the middle, or exiting 2 here. Yeah, something weird's going on, and then there you see. Breaks his car. That sucks. Something definitely happening with his equipment there, and then he even had to tow it, which lost him all his time, too. Oh, there's the barrels. There's the barrels. That's what we heard about there. So heading through 3 and 4. Right on that seam. I bet that didn't help. Probably getting him sideways. And unfortunately, right on collision course with those barrels. Again, they're filled with cement for some reason on iRacing, so not a very good thing to run into. Oh, wow, that snapped on him. Wow, what a save. That thing was perpendicular to the track. I know he used Ben there a little bit to save it, but even still, to get that sideways, usually at this point you see a guy either overcorrect it or try to get back on the throttle and spin again. But what a save. You know he was wheeling it. We even stayed green. That was a heck of a save by Dan. And here, this started further back, you could tell. Yeah, that high line again through 3 and 4. No grip up there. Sends the 7 down to the inside, and then he's in a really tricky spot here because he's got guys showing up behind him really quick. So he's doing everything he can to stay low. And then maybe those tires still really hot too. Still not wanting to grip up for him. He's trying his best to stay off the track surface right there too. You can see because he's gassing it up because he was ending up sliding toward the track surface. He gasses it up, so really cool of him to stay out of the track surface there at his own detriment to A, not cause a huge crash, and B, he also avoided bringing out a yellow, so thank you, sir, for doing that. Ooh, and then I think that's John. Yeah, John. Losing it in the middle of 1 and 2. This setup was tricky, man. It was a lot of fun, but it was tricky. Now Alex just unable to avoid him. I can't believe that didn't bring out a yellow. Or did it? We did get a yellow at some point. I don't remember if it was before or after this. I don't think it was right there. Yeah, we did have another yellow, I remember. Kevin, woo! Bet he had a lot of steering wheel in that thing to try to make sure it was turning, and then almost tried to snap on him. 2 barrel hits in one race. Oh my goodness, he became 1 with the barrel there for a second. Got some barrel inside his car. He's sitting next to it for a second. Fortunately, that Herbie fully loaded vehicle not doing so good. This here, maybe some tire wear. So I believe this is right at the end of that really, really long run. Chad's got a cool car. Hot Wheels car. It's got like a different scheme on it. This must be our tires reaching that point. 50% on the right rear, I guess. Another Hot Wheels vehicle. That one's Alan. Oh, shoot. Yep, that was what happened right in front of us. It was Alan that got tagged. I think in my head I was thinking it was Chad because he's normally got the Hot Wheels car, but he had the alt scheme here for this one. And it looks like Alan maybe got a little bit loose, lost some momentum on exit, potentially. I lost him. There he is. And Chase was coming with those really fast tires. I think Alan was trying to give him the high line there. And Chase maybe not realizing that or expecting to instead be on the bottom. They end up exiting in the same spot. And unfortunately got into the back of him. It doesn't take much to get someone sideways in these cars. It'll shovel you right out of the way. So continuing on as Alan gets that turned around. That stinks. He was having a great run. He was 13th at that time. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. Most of the way through a long race like this. He did get a chance to catch back up. I wonder if he was able to salvage for a solid finish. Oh, back at 27th. That sucks. At 85 here. Still got some more tires, I think. Showing up for guys. This is looking like it's probably going to end up being the yellow. No? Everyone's figuring it out? Whoa. I thought that was going to be the yellow for sure. Because as soon as we started looking at it, it looked like there was just a beehive of vehicles buzzing around everywhere. Alan's got damage, I think. This might even have been right after he was gathering it up. Fortunately, other Alan, Racinos, in the 94, he got caught up pretty bad there trying to get around. I think what I was saying earlier, wasn't it like Larry Foyt or something that ran the 30, sorry, not the 34, the Harris car in real life? It was the 14, I think. Larry Foyt the 4th or something. That's who I associate with that scheme. Lap 90 here. That caution's coming soon, I think. It was somewhere around here, right at the end of the race. Not too far from the end of the race. Not there. Was this it? Spinning onto pit road? No, I still see green conditions. He was off the track surface, so I guess that was okay. There it is. There it is. It was the 36. And not me. the other 36. Eric is getting by him. Oh, he was in top 5 as well. It's that turns 3 and 4 again, man. It was dangerous from lap 1, before lap 1. And it bites him right there. Ran the high line, letting the guys go by, and turns it around. You know he's wanting to get going real quick because he was looking really good right to the end of this race, but that'll be that late yellow. And then this is after we're back green. I do want to go back and look at this. This is because Eric was in front of us, and he was going to always be a really tough one to beat. Back on equal footing. And I think he got caught in a tough spot with lap traffic here. This could have easily gone the other way against us. Yeah, I think that it was crucial. This was a big turning point in the race, funny enough, where Bradley chose to run his line here. Because if he runs the bottom in front of us, then I'm checking up and Eric continues on. But instead, he runs middle. I think he tried his best to kind of run middle and maybe let both of us get through. He's not doing anything wrong. That's just where he was placed because of the rule set. And Eric has to check up a little bit, make sure he doesn't get in the back of him. And he gets held up. But it's funny how that... Oh, shoot. That's not funny. I was going to say it's funny how that happens, where one little decision by one driver can make a big difference. And again, like I said, it's not like it was a bad decision. Bradley didn't make a bad decision. He's just doing the best he can with what he's got. And then Eric, maybe even a little flustered because we were able to get by him. You know, he's gassing it up, trying to go as fast as possible. It's late in the race. Gets a little bit sideways on exit, and then lights him up a little bit. Finds Bradley. And that's down below the apron, so no yellow. Hate to see that for Eric. Ends up 17th, so could have been worse if not for all the lap down cars, but obviously he was poised for a top 3, if not the win. And then this is Gavin. He's on his old tires, fighting for the spot right there, maybe. Not for the spot right there. Yeah, it was. Okay, so he's fighting, holding on to as much as he can. But his tires probably hit 50% on the right rear, I would guess. He was doing everything he could, trying to hold on. It could have worked out for him if we had a yellow and it ended under caution. That could have been a brilliant move. So I don't blame him for it at all. And then some 3 wide. This is their final lap because they are a lap down. 109 it says, but they are a lap down, so this is their final lap. Nick is on the lead lap, though. Let's see the situation here. Warren and Nick Martin on the lead lap. Marius is at least 1 lap down. Yes. So, I think he was trying to run high. Isn't quite high enough. I bet he didn't know they were going to be 3 wide. So he's probably not expecting Nick Martin to be in the middle. Nick Martin moves up a decent bit, too. And that opens the door for Warren to get past him probably here. Just tough racing as everyone's coming to the checkered flag. Looks like Marius lost 1 spot out of it, and Nick Martin lost 1 spot out of it, so at least they were able to hold it together. And that will do it. So a lot to see there. Long race. Hope you didn't mind us going through and checking out the incidents and such. Lots to see, but we will get the win in an absolute thriller at the end. Like I said, this race had a little bit of everything. We had long runs, tire saving, fuel saving at one point, and then we had an exciting short run to the finish too. Could have gone all kinds of different ways depending on different circumstances. So we will go ahead and check out the race results page. We will check out the championship points as well, since we're going to be trying to run for that as well if I can make the rest of the races. Going to try to. Make sure you can see that. There we go. So it was a 31.07 strength of field. Always really strong fields here in the Diet Dr. Pepper series. We'll get the win. We'll get the most laps led. We'll get the fastest lap for a total of 166 points. Really, really good day for us. About as good as it could be, I think. Billy and Nick there. Billy was looking like he was going to go snag it from us while Nick and I were battling. Sneak in there and steal it. He ends up P2. Gavin still with a 6th place. He holds on. He got some laps led as well for some bonus points. So we'll move through here. Some of the other finishers. Sage rounding out the top 10 with a really solid finish. Eric, like we saw, unfortunately, some bad luck at the end there on that late restart. Large field, lots of guys to see. It's a battle of attrition for a lot of it. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even notice, but James was in here, and he must have been caught in that early wreck. That really stinks. He would have been fighting for the win, I bet. He's very, very fast. And Shane with his not connection, but the frame issues early on led to that one incident. So that will do it for this one. Probably a long recording, but I hope you enjoyed it. There was plenty of great racing to see, I feel. We'll check out the championship standings before we go, but we'll wrap it up right after that. Let's see if I always forget where to find this stuff. Gen 4, I think we can find it right here. All right, so I don't believe the drop weeks have been enabled yet, but you can see we're looking pretty darn good still. P5, and unless I'm wrong, the drop week's not implemented, and both of those are zeros for me that will be dropped because I did not show up for 2 weeks. So we'll see what it looks like once that happens. But 4 wins on the season for us. Average finish of 7th. The other guys like Eric, he's got an average finish of 5th, though, and also a bunch of bonus points. So, he's probably going to really benefit from the dropped weeks as well. And, of course, Kevin, he had a rough one in this race. That'll be dropped more likely than not, if I had to guess. So it'll be really interesting to see once these drop weeks are implemented, where everybody's running. And you know that guys like Sean and Gavin, they're going to be up there too. Nick there tied with Warren for P9. So be interesting to see, but going to start looking at these standings at the end of these races now, because hopefully I'll be able to make the rest of the races. And I hope to see you there as well. Hope you enjoyed this one for some Diet Dr. Pepper series. That we'll call it the Diet Dr. Pepper 600, I guess. it was a really fun one. One of my favorite finishes ever. That was exciting. Lots and lots of fun. So hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a good one. See ya.